everyone, this is Larilyn with House of Okote Design. Welcome to the channel today. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please consider liking and subscribing to the video you're watching today if it's interesting in any way, as well as share across social media platforms. I am on Instagram at House of Okote, TikTok House of Okote Design, and Facebook House of Okote Design and Gifts. So what am I working on today? I have a self-drafted pattern, and I'm actually thinking of making this into a jumpsuit. So I have a beautiful faux suede. It's like an olive green pant that I have pretty much almost completed. I'll share those with you here. So I have these pants that I've already made, but I'm thinking I'm going to do a jumpsuit. So here are some tips. When you're doing the jumpsuit, of course, attaching your bodice to the pant, usually I add about 2 inches to the waistline just to make sure there's enough area in the seat when you're attaching the bodice, because that's going to lift, that waistline up. So for me, about 2 inches works at the waistline. I usually use about 1 inch additional seam allowance on the bodice. But I always start with the mock-up, so that's what I'm working on here. So I have my back sloper pattern, and those are my measurements. And I also have the front sloper, of which I've used to create this pattern. So I have these pieces cut out, front and back. Make sure that you transfer all of your markings, where your armhole for your sleeve is going to be, as well as your darts. I will be keeping both of the back darts, the shoulder dart and the waist dart, but I did manipulate the dart on the front pattern, front sloper, to create this back pattern. So I'm thinking of going with the cluster of darts at the shoulder, and I think it's going to be really cute to do like puff sleeves for this. So that's what I'm working on today. I have some beautiful fabric. It's a silk fabric that I purchased in Dubai about 1.5 years ago, and I'll kind of give you a little peek of what that looks like. Just a quick peek, but it's silk. It's a beautiful 100% silk fabric, and even though it's totally different, I guess, material weights, the silk for the top part of the blouse, I think would give it a really nice, beautiful drape. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm going to pair that with a very lightweight, again, woven faux suede for the pants. And I'm thinking of making this into a jumpsuit. So I'm going to sew this up to show you what my mock-up looks like. And then if I'm pleased with my mock-up, I'm going to go forward with cutting into my silk fabric. Okay, another tip, I'm going to put a zipper probably on the side of this jumpsuit, because I do have the darts in the front of the pants. And when I cut out the actual pant, initially it was going to be just for pants. It was going to be just a pant with adjustable waistband with like an elastic waistband. However, I decided I wanted to do the jumpsuit interim. So if you're in that situation, I decided to switch my allowance to the side seam, because I always add extra seam allowance anyway if I'm going to do a zipper when I'm transferring from my sloper. So I had enough room to play with. So that's very important, have enough room to play with, and always add enough seam allowance in your mock-up, because you can always go back and take it in. Can't add to it, but you can always take it in if it's too big. Now for the tops, I do have a 1 inch seam allowance I've added to the side seam, because again, I've decided I want to do a side zipper. So I have a 1 inch seam allowance I've added to the front and to the back for my mock-up. And one thing you want to make sure when you are doing your patterns, that your sides match. Through pattern making, it's called walking, the pattern when you actually do it. But you also want to make sure before you sew it up, maybe you've cut incorrectly, maybe your seam allowance were off here and there. You want to make sure that the side seams match. So I should be good with that 1 inch on both of those. You want to make sure that if you're going to have, pleats like this design calls for, you want to make sure that you mark on your pattern where those pleats are actually going to be. Okay? And again, where your sleeve goes in. So I'm gonna sew this up and I'll share with you what it looks like. Alright guys, so I have the front and the back sewn together at the side seams and the shoulders, front and the back. So that's coming out really cute. So the next thing I have to do is ease in my sleeves. So remember, this is a mock-up. If you missed the first part of the video, I always start with a mock-up. So it's a mock-up fabric, it's woven, and this is going to be the bodice portion of a self-drafted pattern that I'm attaching to the pants that I already have made up of a self-drafted pant pattern as well to make this combined into a jumpsuit. So I'm going to gather the sleeve cap here, ease that into the sleeve, and sew that together. Okay guys, so this is where I am with the sewn portion of the bodice. Remember, this is just my mock-up. The neckline is unfinished, but I do like the details of the pleats, definitely. I know that this extra fullness will disappear from the neckline when my seams and everything is completely sewn, so I'm not worried about that because I've got a lot of ease to play with still. It's comfortable. I have the zipper side pinned. But I do think I would like the sleeve a little bit puffier for this design. So I'm thinking I'm gonna adjust the pattern a bit for that. Keep in mind everything is just sewn together, basted. So I'm not worried about the wrinkles of the sleeve there. And my back is not quite pinned because it's kind of difficult to pin yourself. But you can actually see the back part here, like that. And I really love the fit. So just gonna keep working on that pattern and for the sleeve, and I think this fit will work. All right guys, stay tuned. This is Larilyn with House of a Coty Design. Hope to get this jumpsuit finished sometime in the next couple of days and figure out what I'm gonna do of how much fullness I want to add to the sleeves. And I did do a mock-up for both sleeves, but you know, to test it, I just sewed one to see what it fits like. All right, but it's coming together. Follow me, like and subscribe, share, helps me to grow on YouTube, along other social media platforms as well. Instagram at House of a Coty, TikTok House of a Coty Design, Facebook House of a Coty Design and Gifts. And if you have not hit that like button, hit that like button today, guys, and the notification bell so you'll be notified of upcoming videos of all of my journey following sewing and design. Thanks for watching, guys.